All right, good morning again. It's Thursday, August 3rd. There's still a disturbance in the force here. We've got this bearish engulf, and we tried to rally out of it, but we couldn't rally out of it, and we've pulled back. Now, there's all sorts of ways to look at this. For instance, I've said there's a disturbance in the force, and we've got this bearish engulf, and we rallied up but couldn't get out. Now we're climbing to the downside, trying to climb to the ground a little bit. Other people are going to say, well, it's because we were downgraded and jobs report and all other things. Everybody's right. Everybody's right. You just have to pick what you're going to follow and follow it. I was asked yesterday by somebody I was coaching, why do I follow the SPY opposed to all the indices or another? And I explained to him that there are times when one indice will be, let's say you want to be bullish, okay? One indice will be a little bit on the bullish side, look better, and the other one might not look so good. Well, if you want to be bullish, what you're going to do is follow the one that you want. It's human nature. So I just trade one, I live with it, and I stick with it. Now, I do follow FNGU, and I know that's not an indice, but I'll tell you, it might as well be. It overrides everything there is. So, I guess just pick one is what I'm trying to go with, and live with it, make it work. So Tyler says VTI. Yeah, you want to do VTI, which virtually, if you look at VTI and the SPY, they're the same. More people just know about the SPY, but yeah, that's a good one. Yes. So what I'm trying to say here is, we've got this news out. U.S. has been downgraded. You got the jump numbers, good, bad, or indifferent. Doesn't matter to me. All I need is this chart. And I think, what does downgrading mean? I saw on the news this morning, Mr. Buffett says he doesn't care. Well, of course, if you have billions, you probably don't care either, If there is some kind of recession, I would bet $100 he doesn't really care. He might say he cares, but he doesn't care. Just like all billionaires, I don't care. Well, no, I don't mean I'm not a billionaire. But the truth is, being downgraded, how does that, and this is something that I said yesterday, how in the world is it going to matter? I mean, what will it matter if, the market's downgraded? But nevertheless, it is. But the point is, how are you going to dissect that to trade it? See, there's where the problem is. How are you going to dissect that? And I find it very, very hard to do. Should you be long? Should you be short? And it doesn't sound good, so let's go with short. The thing of it is now you've got timing. Timing is an issue, and timing you get out of a chart. Timing you don't get out of we were downgraded or anything like that. We need timing to be a swing trader, so that's where the chart is. Anyway, bottom line, we've got this bearish engulf right here. Below that bearish engulf, that's short. No reason to be long. We talked about this. I've talked about this so many times. This is the best chart in the world right here. Now, while I see the T-line is still above the Trendicator here, okay, that's bullish. It is. But we have that bullish dot. Now, dot means that price is below that dot right there. Price just hasn't pulled the Trendicator down. Well, here's where I want to move over to that hourly chart. okay? All long-term changes start with short-term. Everyone. Since the beginning of the stock market. It takes a short-term trend to change a long-term trend. And I'm not saying the long-term trend is changing to something super short. I'm far from that right now. But on the other hand, when it comes to timing, why would we want to be looking at longs right now when we are clearly in a downtrend based on this indicator? If you follow this indicator, which is nothing more than the Trendicator and the T-line. So, as we look at things today, think about that. Just think about the market being an 800-pound gorilla sitting on your chest. Why would you want to keep being antagonizing it by buying longs? So, I'm not sure that being silly short is the complete answer yet. We need to see what's going to happen here with the market. Right now, we're below that candle. What I kind of see is maybe where we're headed is about 443.40 here. That doesn't mean that we can't have some kind of move to the upside before we move down. But this is what I see as the first logical step based on a chart or on the chart. And after that, the 50, and we won't worry about anything below that till we break the 50. So, yeah. So I would watch that. I'd watch that. FNGU is, I truly feel, one of the most important charts out here. And that's because it has, things like Apple in it, and Amazon, Tesla, Google, Microsoft. It has all the big dogs in it. And all those little puppies out there, they can be bullish all they want. Those big dogs get bearish, and they're going to crush those little puppies. And just about every stock underneath, not in this group, is nothing more than a little puppy compared to the apples out there. So this is a very important chart to watch. Qs, you can do the same thing with the Qs. I just like to watch the F and G because it is, what the big dogs are watching. Speaking of the Qs, here's the 50 period moving average, the blue line, and I just extended that as a trend line. Today, don't forget we have members e-learning, and the sort of theme for the topic will be moving averages. And you guys all know I use moving averages as my trend lines, so that's what I'll be talking about. Most everybody here in the room, there's not much I'm going to share with you today that's going to be new to you. But other people, like from the Right Way Options or BYOB, it may be new to them. But to you guys, there's nothing going to be new here from me. And then, of course, Doug and John will be there today, too. So, let's look at things like Merck. I mentioned Merck short yesterday. I see we're popping up. That doesn't change anything. I'm still short Merck. I'm still short Merck until the trend changes. And one candle by itself is not going to change my mind. The overall trend is still down. What else is there? Here's a long for somebody looking for a long. ABBV, I think, is holding up very well, doing a pretty good job. Let's see, was McDonald's short? Yeah. Look at McDonald's here. And another thing, too, I know we tend to look at the right hand, hard right edge over here, but make sure you take into account the whole chart. When you look at it, we've got this double top up here. You've even got a bit of an M pattern forming here. So, if McDonald's was to come in with some sort of a bullish candle, that's not necessarily a buy. That may be a clue that it's headed up a little bit to offer a better short is what it might do. So, make sure you look at that whole chart pattern up there. TSN, this is still a pretty good long looking chart setting up here. Inverse ETFs. You guys have all heard this before. Years ago when I was trading, somebody, I wish I would have remembered who they were, because I owe them a great big steak dinner, a couple cold beers. I'm trading along, and back then I was just totally about long trading and no shorting whatsoever. I was just focused on, being a stock picker for long trades. And this person shared with me what an inverse ETF was. I had no clue back then, way back when. No clue at all. So after discovering inverse ETFs, it was just the greatest thing since sliced bread, because I focused on long trades. Well, that's what inverse ETFs can do for you. So if you think the Qs are headed south, then SQQQ is going to head north. And if it heads north, this is good for you if you are looking for a long trader. There's also a big price difference between SQQQ and the Q, so that might be helpful. Now, if you don't like SQQQ, QID works. And there's an inverse for all the indices, so there's something out there for you. And these are setting up very, very nice here to the bullish side. SARK, this is to the what is it? The Kathy Woods, whatever, that claim to fame here there. This is shorting that. ARK, thank you, Randy. ARK. This is shorting that. There's all sorts of them out there. TSLQ, if you're into shorting Tesla, but you don't want, to get involved with the Tesla pricing. It's expensive. Here, this is a little bit less money. And you can see that's a beautiful bullish chart, inverse ETF. So, hope that was helpful. Let's see. Randy says, some Elliott wave people are saying we're in a wave C. Okay, I'm just going to say okay. Consumer, what is that? Defense good, TSN, yeah. Check for oil stocks. They're showing pre-market strength. Yeah. SLB is popping up on the scanner here. I'm in HAL, so, HAL's working for us. But yes, those energies are popping up. That's not going to change anything for me. I know that there's a whole lot of people that thinks I'm bonkers and off my rocker. But as far as I'm concerned, when the market is down, don't trade long, period. And I have proved it over and over and over to folks that I do coaching with, that they can make money when the market's bullish. But when the market turns bearish and they're trying to go long, I don't care if it's energy and energy's moving. They will lose money because they won't just stick with energy. So all that money you make right here, for the few, please, that's the takeaway word here. For the few days that we're down, you lose 3/4 of that. And I don't understand that. I don't understand why I did that for so long. I'm, not the smartest, sharpest tool in the tool shed, but after a while I get it. And just over and over and over, make money, then lose money. So Anyway, if you're making money, do what you do. If you're not making money, think about that and just how you should trade with the market. And I think the hourly chart might be the chart to take a look at. 3-bar chart works very well. And you can see where those turns start. And we're turning down right now. So be careful with that. I have a rocker, yeah. All right, ladies and gents, I'm going to back out of here. We'll see everybody at the bottom of the hour. Thank you so very, very much. Don't forget about the members e-learning tonight, okay? Today, over in the combo room. All right, you guys take care. See you in a little bit, bottom of the